Hey guys, this is Jen DeLeon and welcome to the Jen DeLeon Show presented by Toe and Carry. I am very excited because today is not just a guest, it's actually one of my really great friends in the music industry, MJ, part of my Def Jam family. So I am excited to talk to you. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm excited too. Like, this is my first time being on this side of the camera, so I'm definitely excited.
Does it feel weird?
It does. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's like I was looking at the production. I was like, oh wow, this is what it feels like. Okay, yeah.
You're like, I get it now.
Exactly. I can see. But now I'm definitely excited to do this and have this conversation.
Me too. So there's so much that I want to talk to you about, especially because I first met you, I think it was 2016. But let's just first talk about your background. So you are with Def Jam now, but let's talk about that journey. Like, did you know you always wanted to be in music and like music business?
Yeah, we've been in 2016.
I think it was 2016. I was wrong. See, fuck. No, it was at the panel, right? Or before. Okay, so wait. This is what I was gonna say. My story. I'm gonna say it now. So we met. Yeah, it was 2016. Wait, maybe 2019.
Okay, yeah. 2019 sounds me. I was like 2016. I was like, no, I just moved to LA. I know we didn't.
Okay, it was 2019, but you don't remember the panel at all. So this is gonna make it even funnier. Okay, so I had a panel. It was the do's and don'ts of the music industry. So it was Will Zombie, DJ Ski, DJ Mo Beats, Tuo Clark, and you got a ticket. It was an Eventbrite ticket, and I get this email that says Michael Jackson purchased the ticket, and I was high, and so I see this, but then I check the email and it says, your email at umusic.com. So I'm looking at this and people are crazy. So I'm like, I don't know who this is. This looks like a scam or something. So I text Noah and I sent the screenshot. I'm like, Noah, is this legit? Because who the fuck is Michael Jackson? So he goes, yeah, like that. I don't remember if you were an intern or the assistant
I was
at the
his
time.
Assistant at the time.
Yeah, he's like, that's my assistant. Like, great. I think I still have the text. He's like, that's my assistant. Great kid. I was like, I'm like, fuck, I'm not gonna like charge him. So I ended up refunding you the thing.
Yeah, you did.
But
you ended up refunding me. I remember. Yeah.
But I told Noah, I'm like, dude, I literally thought this was like a liar, like, and someone was about to kidnap me, like.
No. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. Oh man, dang, that was a while ago.
Yeah,
Jesus
so
Christ.
now that I actually know you, I can tell you that story because I would have never told you that. The first you're like, oh hey, like I thought you were like lying. Like,
no, that's crazy. I forgot all about that. But no, that was a cool story. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so let's talk about that. So you started did you start as Noah's assistant? Or did you start before that?
So you want to start? I start pre-Def Jam. Okay,
yeah,
cool. So I mean, obviously, I grew up very small town named Marianna, Arkansas, population of like 4,000 people. Wow. And my dad was a DJ. He was like a local DJ in the town, very well known. And when he wasn't DJing, he was selling mixtapes at the crib, right?
Nice.
So at 5 and 6 and 7 years old, like I'm kind of following my dad around when he went to go DJ certain parties. And I'm also helping him sell mixtapes, right? So when I came of age, I kind of started selling mixtapes at school. And this was like the LimeWire days, right? So like, I was able to get a playlist from people and kind of make like mixtapes for them. So that was like my initial start, right?
Let's pause and let's rewind back to you even selling mixtapes and just even like with your dad. So selling mixtapes, I need to know, how much were you charging for these mixtapes?
Oh, $5.
$5?
Yeah,
okay.
Look, $5, 3 for 10, 5 for 20. That was the
Okay.
I would never get those discounts. That was a hustle back then.
And then, so when you would see your dad selling these mixtapes, like, is there a specific moment you remember, like at the house, or like a tip he gave you, just even as a child, where you're like, I need to apply that into when I'm selling these mixtapes in high school, or even now?
You know what's crazy? Like there are so many moments, because like I remember, I'm telling my age here. I remember before it was mixtapes and before there was CDs, there was cassettes. And so my dad was selling like cassette tapes at first, right? And I remember being like 4 or 5 years old, watching him sell cassette tapes like hand in hand. Wow. And the greatest thing I think I learned from him was like, he was a great like salesman. Like customer service was everything, right? Even if you didn't have $5 or $10, and you say you had $3, he was like, he'll work with you, because he didn't turn down no money. So he did not turn down no money. So he was just like, he always was like a people person as far as working with people. So that's like one of the biggest things. So when I went to school, like my biggest thing was like, even if you had $2, even if you had $1, like I would, whatever you had, I would like take it. Cause like we didn't turn down the money.
Damn. That's about to be like the new motto of life.
Every bag, like small, big or small. Hey, we don't turn down no money.
Yeah. Okay, so now let's talk about, okay, so you would sell these mixtapes in school. Can you remember one of the mixtapes that you were like, oh, like that was like the hardest one or like the most popular one?
Listen. The Lil Wayne mixtape run was probably like the most money I think we've ever had seen. Like there was an era where Wayne was dropping a mixtape almost every week. From the Drought 3 to No Ceilings, Dedication mixtapes, like all of those mixtapes, we were selling like hotcakes, right? And that was like my favorite moment. Then I also remember the day 50 Cent Get Rich or Die Trying came out, right?
Yes.
And in my town, like obviously there is no like Best Buy or anything like that. So the only way to get this project is with us. Right, we had for whatever reason, my dad would get the projects before they came out. I don't know how, but he would have Give It Without Trying before it was released.
Wow.
Right, and I mean, he started selling those for $10. He was like, "Yo, this is the hottest thing," and literally, it was like you would think we were selling drugs at the house. Like people was around the corner getting that Give It Without Trying mixtape. I would never forget that day.
Wow. Okay, so high school. So then, what happened after high school with music?
Yeah, I mean, even in high school, like I was an aspiring rapper. I wanted to be a producer. I did audio engineering. I went to a lot of summer camps, Berkeley, and I went to Grammy Camp in 2012. Then after high school into college, I started to like intern like at radio stations.
Okay.
And that was like my first like real entry point into the music industry. Like I was an intern at local radio stations. I did street team. I did board op. Like, so that was like my first like real like professional type of a gig.
Yeah. Okay. And then what I liked is I think it was on Facebook I saw it, or it was like one of your memories where it literally said like, oh, one day I'm going to be it was something with Def Jam.
Oh yeah, one day I started working Def Jam.
Yeah.
Yeah. In 2012 I came to LA for Grammy Camp, and we was in Santa Monica at the Recording Academy building. Right around that building is Universal Music Group, where I currently work at. And we was riding. I said, yo, let's stop. Let's stop right here. I want to see the building. And I tried to walk into the building. Like I literally tried to like walk into the building.
Like open the door.
Yeah, like I tried to, and security stopped me. And I was just like, hey, how can I, get here? And he was like, oh, you got to work here to like go inside the building. I was like, okay, cool. And I left, and I took a picture in front of the sign, and I told my homie, I was like, yo, bro, like one day I'm gonna be here. Like one day I'm gonna be in this building. And this is 2012. Like I wasn't even thinking about coming to LA. I wasn't living in LA at the time.
Yeah, you're just there for the camp.
Yeah, this is 2012. LA is not even a thought in 2012. Like I'm just now going to college. So it's like, but in 2012, I kind of knew like Def Jam is where I wanted to end up.
Okay, so then you went to college. So then what was after radio and then
Yeah,
college?
so from 2012 to 2016, I did radio internships while in college. And then in 2016, I interned at iHeartMedia, where I met this lady who, it's funny, she's actually a promo rep, was what I do now. She was a promo rep for Atlantic Records.
Okay.
And I met her, and we had a great conversation. And she was kind of like, if you want to work in the music industry, you got to move to LA or New York. And this is like May or something like that. Graduation kind of comes about. And like just in the middle of the night, I kind of like wake up and like, I'm gonna move to LA. I don't know how, but I'm gonna move to LA.
Why'd you pick LA over New York?
Because I had been here before.
Oh, okay.
I had been to LA before, and well, actually, I looked at New York and I looked at LA. Like I wanted to go to grad school at Syracuse, but I had missed the deadline.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
So I ended up going to grad school out here in LA because I, talked to the professor, and they was definitely open to me coming out here. And when I got accepted to grad school, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna move to LA, and I did in August of 2016.
Okay. And then, so what was the start of, or is there more before Def Jam?
Oh, there's a lot more. I get to Def Jam in 2018.
Okay, so what was before Def Jam?
So when I moved to LA, I didn't have a job in 2016. So I moved to LA. I'm in grad school, studying music business. And then, obviously that first LA struggle where you're trying to like figure out life. I'm working at call centers. I'm working at Target, like any little odd job. And then in 2017, I ended up getting my internship at Atlantic Records in the same department that I met the promo rep when I was back in Arkansas.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was an intern at Atlantic, Was a great internship.
Did you tell her that you ended up moving to LA and then getting LA? Okay.
After, because she had nothing to do with it. So after I told her, and she was like, why you didn't tell me like I could have helped you? I was just like, no, I kind of wanted to like, do it on my own. So I interned at Atlantic spring of 2017. Then I ended up getting a job at the Recording Academy, the Grammys, for about a year or so working in the mailroom. And I worked in the mailroom, and then after that, August of 2018 is when I landed my job at Def Jam.
Okay, and then that was as Noah's assistant, or
that was Noah's assistant.
Okay, so then how
Noah and Nikki.
Noah and Nikki. So how did you get that? Like, did you just apply? Did you?
So it's full circle moment. So while I was working in the mailroom, there was a guy named Lynn Brown who like was one of the executives at the Recording Academy. I used to deliver his mail all the time, and then one of the days, I'm talk to him all the time, and I was like, yo, like it's this job opening at Def Jam or whatever. I think I'm gonna apply for it. And he was just like, Def Jam, like what department? I was like, promotion. He's like, promotion? He's like, Noah Shear? And I said, I guess. He's like, oh, that's my man. And this is how God and life works. Lynn had just met Noah like not that long ago from that. And he was like, oh, I'm gonna hit Noah up. So he said he hits Noah up, I apply, and then I reach out to Dan Posner, who I used to intern for at Atlantic Records, and he knew Noah. Right?
Everyone knows Noah.
Yeah, everyone knows Noah. Shout out to Noah, man. And they reached out to Noah on my behalf. I applied online and then just, went through the interview process. I had 3 interviews, actually. I met Noah and Nikki the first go around, and I thought I bombed it.
Why do you think you bombed it?
Because I was nervous. I was nervous. I had a suit on. Noah teased me about that for the day. I had a suit on, and I'm meeting Noah and Nikki. And like, I'm just very nervous and talking real fast and very anxious. And then I come back and I meet Sonny, who's been a great mentor to me. I interview with him. And then I interview again with Nikki and Noah. And then they finally like decide to pick me. And the story goes, and this is how Noah tells me the story, is that they had another candidate. They had 2 candidates that they were going to decide between, and I wasn't one of them.
Oh, shit.
Right? And I wasn't one of them. And apparently one of the candidates that they were very, very strongly about had dropped the ball in the last minute, right? He said something that was like left field and like really dropped the ball. Like apparently the job was his. Like they was gonna offer him the job, and he dropped the ball last minute. And then Noah, this is what Noah told me. He said apparently he had a dream or epiphany about me, and he.
Wait.
Noah.
No.
Noah had an epiphany about me. No.
No. I thought you said the guy who dropped the ball told Noah he had a dream about him. I'm like, that's fucking weird.
No. So after the guy dropped the ball, Noah apparently had like a dream about me, and he told Nikki like, yo, you gotta, this Michael Jackson kid, like you gotta like check him out again. And then I interviewed again, and I sealed the deal.
Wow. So you started assistant, and then what was after assistant?
I was an assistant for about 2 years and 11 months, and then I was a promotional manager for the West Coast for about a year and some change. And then as of April of this year, I got promoted again to West Coast Director of Promotion and Lifestyle Marketing. Jeez. Very long title, but sounds
yeah, it was like I literally was imagining that on like email as you
yeah, it was a very long title, but yeah.
But that's amazing because it's like I literally met you as I thought you were gonna be this fake Michael Jackson.
Yeah, listen, a lot of people thought
Noah's assistant, and then now what's the long title?
It's director of West Coast Promotion and Lifestyle Marketing.
Okay, so as of April,
as of April 1st.
And you didn't even post that on social media, like nothing?
Oh, not yet. Probably like you got the exclusive. Yes. Not yet. Maybe like in June or something like that.
You should take another picture outside of the same place of when you said.
You know what? That's actually a thought of mine to do that. Yeah.
So how does it feel to know you went from assistant to now this director role?
It's great. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy because I always say this is like the first round of the playoffs for me. Like I kind of knew I would get here. Probably, honestly, I didn't think I'd get here that fast because I've only been here like 4 years and some change, going on 5. I didn't think I would get here that fast, but now that I'm here and I feel like I'm right where I need to be, and I feel like it's the first round of the playoffs. So I'm very excited.
That analogy.
Yeah. I feel like, when you like you've been building for something for so long in the regular season, and sometimes you've been in the play-in, but that gets to the playoffs for the first time, like to get in a position where you can pitch ideas and have some creative control and have a say-so in the process, it's a great feeling.
Yeah. I do want to ask you too, because you've been with Def Jam for so long, and it's like so many people want to be artists. Mm-hmm. Do you have any advice for any? No, you know what? Let's first start with tell me what they shouldn't do if they're trying to get your attention.
Oh, you don't need to be no music. I don't do A&R.
But like, I'm sure so many people reach out to you, though.
Exactly. I mean, you know, the music industry is different from where it started. You know, back then it was more so on the talent, right? If you had talent and someone at a label believed in you, then they took a chance on you, right? And back then, with all the resources that a record label had, they can make you become a, you know, semi-star of some sort, right? Now it's a little different. You know, now you kind of have to have momentum and some type of traction going on with yourself before you even get a record deal. So I would tell artists to kind of like really focus on themselves and their movement first, and then the record label will find you. How, I don't know, but they will find you. Like when you get hot, if you got a hot record on TikTok, you got a hot record on social media, or your name is coming up a lot in conversations, they will find you, you know. And I think it's better that way too, you know, for them to find you, because then you have leverage and then you can negotiate a deal that's favorable.
Exactly.
You know?
Yes. Well, my last question for you. So you've already had such an amazing journey, accomplished so many things in such a short period of time. Where do you, like, what are your goals for it? I mean, 5 years from now, when we talk again, what do you want to be
5
doing?
years from now? Damn, you know what? It's crazy. My ultimate goal, and I've said this on many times, I have a documentary that's coming out maybe in like 10 years. That goes from like when I was in 7th grade up until like now, and I have like so much footage that it's crazy. But in one of the videos that I did back when I was in college, and I used to do these like blogs to myself, like I'll talk to myself, and I always was like, this is before Def Jam, this is before I knew I was coming to LA. I was like, yo, my ultimate goal is I want to be CEO and president of Def Jam. So if that can happen in 5 years, that'd be amazing.
That would be, I can see you doing it too.
I appreciate it. I mean, listen, you know, anything, I've realized that anything can happen, you know what I'm saying? So in 5 years, why not? I think so.
Absolutely. Well, I'm excited for you.
I appreciate it.
I'm grateful to even have a friendship with you and know you, and I appreciate you've just been you've been so helpful with everything. So it's like, I want to see you win. You're already winning with everything. So I appreciate our friendship and everything. And I'm excited to see in 5 years.
Yeah, same. I appreciate you. Yeah. Like I was telling, while you was doing the other interview, I was telling the crew, like, yo, Jen is a great interviewer. Like, I know, like, you're one step away from being the host of a huge platform. So just hope you don't forget about us little people, you know what I'm saying? Once you out here hosting the BET or the Grammys and stuff like that, like, yo, Jen, remember we used to, like, you know, get the interviews going for our artists, but now I definitely appreciate you providing us the platform.
Thank you. Well, I'm excited. Let everybody know how they can follow you on socials and all of that. Yeah,
it's MikeJack12, MICJACK12 on Instagram. Please don't DM me, but that's pretty much it. Yeah.
I want a mixtape. Next time I see you, you better have a fucking mixtape.
Listen, I have off camera. I got some music that I could send you from like back in the day, like some old joints.
Oh, I want to see it. Well, thank you for coming by. Again, super excited.
I appreciate it. Thank you.